Hey, what's going on, Machinima Respawn? My name is Sam, and my gamer tag is xJawzs. And, yeah, this is actually Call of Duty 4, not Modern Warfare 2. If you started out on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, you're going to recognize this map if you bought the new map pack, or if you're on Xbox at least, as Overgrown. Now, if you never played Call of Duty 4, you might not know that Overgrown actually came from Call of Duty 4. It is a Call of Duty 4 map that was slightly retextured, and the colors were changed a bit, but overall, pretty much the same map. So I wanted to bring you guys a game on Call of Duty 4 for a couple reasons. There's a lot of players who actually started on Call of Duty 4. It was their first multiplayer game experience because of how big this game actually got. I think over 14 million copies sold worldwide on PC, PS3, and Xbox. But there's also another reason. There's a topic that I want to talk about that I think that Call of Duty 4 will be a good backdrop for. So anyway, I want to talk about a lot of things in this match that aren't really necessarily related to this gameplay. I want to make that clear, first and foremost, that Call of Duty 4 is an old game. It's a ton of fun to play, but talking tactics about Call of Duty 4 probably isn't it definitely is not my priority, and probably isn't the most interesting thing for you guys to hear or listen to, because you guys aren't going to be playing it that much. So anyway, let's go. A lot of people actually, like I said, bought this as their first game. A lot of people started at World at War, and a lot of people started at Modern Warfare 2. Now, very few people actually started at Call of Duty 2, but I'm going to give you guys a little bit of history. Infinity Ward made Call of Duty 2, and it was an Xbox 360 release game. So that means when you bought an Xbox 360 when they first came out, you had the option of getting it with Call of Duty 2. Now, Call of Duty 2 was a great game. Call of Duty Original was also made by Infinity Ward, but it wasn't really a great game. Call of Duty was just another multiplayer game. It didn't have anything special or amazing over any other game. Now, Call of Duty 2 had some amazing features in it. But what really sparked the growth of the big Call of Duties, which is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1, World at War, and Modern Warfare 2, was Call of Duty 4's class system and overall game mechanics. Now, Infinity Ward, I want to also say something real quick. This whole conversation is so that you guys can appreciate Modern Warfare 2 for what it is and stop complaining about it. Don't play that's what I'm trying to get at here, guys. Modern Warfare 2 is not a good game whatsoever, in my opinion, but you can't complain about it. So, anyway, back to the story. Call of Duty 4 was a great game. It was an amazing game, but there's something that no one ever talks about. It was a fluke, guys. It was straight up a fluke. They got lucky. They had no idea what they were stumbling upon. They did not go into making this game or releasing this game thinking to themselves that we've created something that's going to sell 10, 15, whatever, how many millions of copies it's sold. They didn't expect any of this, and because of that, it was basically a precursor for terrible, terrible things. Well, not for them, but for us at least. So, World at War, if you guys, played that game, maybe you started at World at War and you don't know this, but it's pretty much a carbon copy of Modern Warfare 1. It's got the same games for the most part. It's got a couple new ones, nothing big. It's got different guns, but overall, it's still got the class system, the ranking system, a lot of the same things. The kill streaks were in essence the same. I know you could kill dogs, you couldn't really kill helicopters. You could shoot them down and whatnot, but it was fairly different, but overall pretty much the same game. And because of that, it sold fairly well, and it was a decent game in its own right, regardless of the flaws with the MP40 or whatnot. So, knowing that, you need to understand that Modern Warfare 2 had some big expectations. They needed to live up to something big. Treyarch had to live up to Call of Duty 3, which was a huge disappointment compared to Call of Duty 2. Call of Duty 3 was a terrible game, and everybody knew it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It wasn't a good game. But going into World at War, they had all this stuff to use that they got from Infinity Ward, all this different systems that I just talked about. So they used that, and they were able to make, like I said, a decent selling game. But Infinity Ward had a bigger task. They had to do something on top of Call of Duty 4. They needed to do something better. And Modern Warfare 1, like I said, was a fluke. So they really were kind of like a fish out of water going into this big gaming thing, making a really big, successful game. And Modern Warfare 2, as a result, was not a great game. It's Call of Duty 4 it's basically the exact copy of Call of Duty 4 with a bunch of flaws added into the mix, like high kill streaks and whatnot. So anyway, guys, I hope you understand that. Hope you didn't mind the Call of Duty 4 or the rant. I'll see you guys later, and check out my channel. Bye.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter. There you'll find the latest updates from our premier directors and the Machinima Respawn team.